Hey, what's up, Mop? Today is a bit of a different video. Today I'm going to show y'all how I became a Clone Hero top player so y'all could just copy me. When I first started playing and started improving, a video like this didn't exist and I really wished it did. So I'm going to show y'all how to improve just like I did. If y'all don't know me, I'm Reptar, washed up peak top 30 Clone Hero player. No one try to argue that shit. I started playing end of 2021 and I was almost peak performance 2 years later, even though I fucked up a lot along the way because I learned things wrong. My best FC is a grade 14, but that's just because I'm lazy. I have a -2 on Prevail, -37, which should have been a -22 on Supernovae. World record miscount probably. I'm Fergalicious for sure, Astro Sexy, and basically in the FC of Billy, and many more accomplishments that I don't care to put in here because then the video would be 9 hours long. But today I'm going to be describing how I got here and how you can get to this point in half the time that I did. Depending on your skill, you can most likely even improve drastically in just a week of watching this. And to understand how I got here, you have to understand how I started playing the game and when I started playing the game. I, as most people, started watching Asai and the Soulless 4 Days, but I didn't really care about the game, so I just watch a bit, but never thought I'd be playing it. Then in July of 2021, I was at Goodwill thrifting and I saw a Wii World Tour guitar and I was like, bet. And after dabbling a bit, I started watching a lot of CH vids, and watching motherfuckers alt tap was so cool to me. I thought that shit was so badass, so I was like, damn, I low-key want to do that. And so I decided to download Clone Hero in August of 2021 on my shitty ass laptop and play Bluetooth with a Wiimote. I doubt anyone watching this is early into the game, but when I started, I instantly went straight to expert. If you somehow just started playing the game, go straight to expert, bro. And this is the like quote unquote theme that is going to be the best way to get better and will occur many times in this video. Anyways, as soon as I got the game and guitar, I learned how to hit the orange button, and then as soon as I did that, I started alt tapping, and I learned how to alt tap before I learned how to alt strum, but it's because I thought it was so sick, so I just kept doing it until it's finally started to work. It took me like a week or so to get what I'd say is an average level at it, but I did make a mistake here, and it was 95% of the time when you are playing a good Clone Hero chart, you tap first and then fret. I did not know this. I didn't think it mattered. Y'all might think it's just preference, but no, it is not. And yes, you should know how to do both, but you will obviously learn that along the way and just by playing the game. But I would say do not gain the habit of fretting first. And if y'all don't understand what that means, by the way, the hand that is on the strum bar is your tapping hand. So you're tapping with your right hand if you're right-handed, and that's the hand on your strum bar, and your left hand, unless lefty flip type shit, is the one that's on the frets, and that is your fretting hand. So when you tap the frets with that means fretting. And gaining the habit of fretting first is bad because majority of charts are created to like make it so you tap first. And if you fret first, it makes transitioning a lot harder as you go up in chart difficulty because you won't be able to teleport fast enough or other things of that nature. All right, anyways, I kept playing super piss easy charts over the next couple months while trying to improve my tapping. I learned how to zig and trip, which was super simple. My biggest problem when learning those was that I was doing it way too fast. So if you're having a problem with those, then maybe that's the issue. As I kept improving, a certain section caught my eye. Supernovae Solo F. I loved it. I wanted to hit it so bad, but before I could even think about going for expert, I was playing the hard chart version on the 3-up chart, and I got to the end a couple times on my shitty 70 FPS laptop, but there was an issue. The quad zigs at the end, I absolutely could never hit. I tried and tried and tried, but I could never hit them, and this was my first roadblock pattern. But for this, I don't have some secret life hack for y'all because I was never able to hit it. But during this time, I also upgraded to a PC, which I got from my grandfather for Christmas of 2021, but I still could not hit them. But it was literally because of my guitar. I know so much about guitars now, but I still have no clue why that shitty GH5 guitar could not hit quads. When I got a Les Paul and Raphnet for my birthday, I literally hit them first try, and then it was super easy. And yay, I finished my first grind, but what's next? Well, Supernovae Solo F Hard was pretty cool, but what about Expert? And with this comes another topic of improvement. Skill pushing. Everyone will tell you, yeah, play stuff that is a little bit harder than your skill level, but don't go too far. Well, that's wrong. The people who follow that are still in the upper end of the top 200 after a decade of playing, and push that fucking skill until you can barely play. I was playing Zigman and shit like that and then went straight to Supernovae Solo F. When I uploaded it, I got my first accusation because this person who I have never talked to in my life at that point, they brought up the fact that I've never hit a quad in my life according to my YouTube channel, and now I've just hit Solo F. This is good. This is skill pushing. According to the grade system, I went from being a grade 4 player to being a grade 10 player, and low-key, like, damn, I didn't realize this earlier, but that's actually kind of cool. But the point I'm trying to make here is don't go small. To improve quickly, you need to push your skill to the point where you are playing and grinding a song that you can barely keep up with, but a song that you can still see the light at the end of the tunnel. The best feature here being the slowdown and speed up feature in practice mode, which you do by using the left and right arrows on your keyboard while in practice mode. And anyways, I kept pushing my skill until my next grind, the Sounds Like Swings hard chart. This brings in a couple new topics. First, grinding. This skill set, and yes, this is a skill set, you can only improve by playing more. People call it grind set because grinding is all mindset, and if you want it bad enough, you'll eventually get it, well, most of the time. And this was my second rodeo, but it was a brutal grind due to the outro chokes. But you just got to get through that and have a good mindset about it, aka seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Next two topics are methods I had to learn, sliding and raking. I'm not going to give y'all a tutorial on this video, but if y'all want tutorial videos on methods or even sections y'all are having trouble with, let me know in the comments below, and I would actually love to make videos like that. Getting back to the point, first I'll talk about raking. I learned this incorrectly and it took me months to learn it correctly. If you are new to raking and haven't learned it yet, or you are like lowly skilled at it, lowly, is that a word? Make sure you do not down rake. I repeat, do not down rake. It is so difficult to get out of this habit. Yes, some people like Shmooey and Ornesh and Ente Diazmo are really good at it, but it is way harder to learn and way less efficient. Take it from someone who had to learn the hard way. Learn by preferably 3-finger up raking, but if 3 fingers too hard, you can just start with 2, but you have to learn by up raking or else it's going to be extremely hard to get out of that habit. If you already have, then do what I did, and it'll suck for a bit, but you will improve and most likely skyrocket in skill. Next, I will talk about sliding. I don't care what other CH players say, learn sliding with 4 fingers before anything else. I learned by doing 3-finger slides, and it took me 2 years to break that habit. And the most efficient is 4 fingers, so learn by doing 4-finger slides. It messed me up and stunted my growth in skill for so long. Again, already, I learned the wrong way, and so you learn the right way. Start 4-finger sliding. Whenever you have a bad habit in the game, you need to break it. For example, if you can't 4-finger slide, but you can 3-finger slide, only 4-finger slide. I do not care if you cannot hit shit with 4-finger sliding. Whenever you slide, only 4-finger slide. You will eventually get the muscle memory, and I had to go through this process with so many things, and it took so much time. So take it from someone who knows. You always break habits with replacing them with new ones, and so replace them with the right ones. I FC Sounds Like Swings Hard, and I was pretty hyped. Then I kind of started popping off. After I got Sounds Like Swings Hard, I got a couple speedy FCs, most notably being Exile's Hell 180. And my best tip, which will 99% improve your tapping speed and stamina, is to play fast or stamina draining charts. You improve both skill sets at the same time, and they are the same thing when you are quote unquote training them. So play songs that make it so you can actually not feel your wrist at the end of them because of how stamina draining it is. Then with a no break, restart it and keep going. You will improve both skill sets very fast, and you can do this during your whole progression no matter how good you are. Even if if Jobu, who is the fastest player in the game, if all he did was stamina train and speed train, he would get faster just by pushing that. And anyways, back on the topic. Next was my Wheelation Tech FC with the difficulty coming from the quints. And there's no tips I can give on these. Almost everyone has trouble with quinting until one day it just clicks. It's a story for almost everyone. Only kind of tip I can give you is when you miss on quints, Flip it or record the miss and go back in the video on slower speeds to see why you missed. Like, look at the specific notes you missed and it'll kind of help you to like learn it better. After this, there were not many notable FCs. I got closer under chart 150, which was pretty fast. I had kamikaze hard first ever. I was just really into speed at this point, and then I FC'd Supernovae Solo E. My tip for this involves sliding trips. Back then I couldn't slide trips, so I had to nados them. But my tip here, because hopefully you will have taken my advice and learned how to four finger slide, always anchor the highest note. This is one of the few bad habits that I still have. Like, I'm not perfect. And the solo E trips, for example, are yellow, blue, and orange. I always anchor red when I slide these. And yes, it does work, but it's a lot less efficient. Do as I say, not as I do type shit. And this opened the possibility to my dream section FC at the time. Full Supernovae solo. I quickly got a -4 and I was hyped because I missed in the easy parts, not the hard ones, which is another example of skill pushing. And I had a week-long grind of a Moonbow VGH first ever Tech FC during this time, but I had a lot of issues with the quinding section until it finally clicked. I also grabbed the first ever Sounds Like Swings 2 hard chart tech during this time, Madness March 180, a couple speedy clips. A lot of slow improvement along this time, so I won't list every accomplishment that was in December. And so I was kind of on a dry streak until May when I got Sounds Like Swings expert chart. This was when I decided to take a little look at Sounds Like Swings 2 hard again, and I played it and I took my miss count down from a -60 to a -8, and I was shocked. It was at this time I knew I had to grind it. At this point, I just got a grade 12 FC, and I was going to jump to grade 14. During this time, though, the whole grind process, I pissed out the chart offery in around 2 days while still grinding it. I choked at the end of Alex Jones. I also had a week-long grind and finally got Madness March Kamikaze at 90 speed. But yet, I still couldn't manage to pull off Sounds Like Swings too hard. And on the day before the 4th of July, I finally FC'd it. The best thing I learned from this grind was the grind set is all a motherfucker needs to FC something. I put so many full-time shifts into Sounds Like Swings 2, and I literally had a fucking job during that time too. So I was pulling double shifts. And after this, I released a couple montages and then kind of got tired with the game and took a break. I came back December of the same year, which was 2023. And I FC'd 10 things I hate about you, and after that started uploading like actual videos, like the content I upload now. And I put a majority of my focus into videos after this instead of actually playing the game. But I still did get some pretty good accomplishments within 2024. I got a Losing It Tech FC with alt tapping chorus 3 because Lean was talking shit, which I'm pretty proud of. I got a Fergo Wishish -32, which I believe is world record from the last thing I heard. I have the world record Astro Sexy miscount, and I got a Phobie D Impulsion FC. That's definitely not how you say it. What the fuck am I talking about? My best accomplishments this year though have been, first off, I FC'd everything in Billy without the intro in practice mode, which I low-key fumbled there. Could have been an easy grade 16. I also got a -2 on Prevail, which I can't wait for that to happen. And my proudest accomplishment though is -37 on Supernovae. Even though that happened December 2023, it still counts. And as for 2025, I have no idea yet. I hope seeing my improvement and walking you through the method to my madness can help you improve if you're watching this as a lower tier player. And if y'all want method tutorials or even section tutorials, I would be so down. Y'all just have to let me know if you want them. And if you do, what tutorials you all want to see. Anyways, if y'all fucked with this, make sure to leave a like, comment any other video ideas you want to see, and peace, motherfuckers.